Come at me, bro. Hey guys, and welcome back to Sorenus Mods. Now today we're going to be checking out a fancy-tastic mod known as the Sentry or Home Defense Mod for Minecraft 1.7.10. Now this is created by JT9 and it adds, well, a variety of sentries into your Minecraftian world. Actually, a whole heck of a lot of them. So I went ahead and set them up in the simplest way that I could make it so that you guys can understand this a little bit more, because there's a ton of these little dudes. So on this side, it will show you what kind of tier there is, from tier 1 to tier 4, or you can just look at the color. The colors will be, of course, diamond, gold, iron, and stone. That will be a good indicator of what tier these sentries are. Now on this side, it will indicate what type of sentry these guys are. So the first one, we're gonna go ahead and start with nature. Now the natures will cause crops to grow faster and tall grass to spawn. That's what's causing all this crazy outgrowth of, well, weeds. And of course, if we go ahead from the bottom, this one is going to be going slower. It has a lower radius. That's generally what type of sentries these are going to go. The higher up you go, the more of a radius that they're going to affect, and the more powerful that radius is going to be affected by. So this is not going to make it grow nearly as fast and not spawn nearly as much tall grass, whereas this end, tier 4, is going to cause a whole heck of a lot of freaking weeds. It's also going to make your crops grow really dang fast. Now, of course, wind is going to be knocking back all of the enemies. I actually really like this one because not only does it push them back, when they fall, they take fall damage. So they're just kind of basically running at you and constantly hurting themselves. It's kind of great. I really like this one, the very, very edge one, because seriously, the hurricane will cause them to just fly everywhere. It's awesome. Now, the next one is the darts. Now, these will just drop arrows on top of their heads, quite literally. It's not like this cool, crazy, just it's more of, it just dropped an arrow on your head. I really like it. And this one only goes up to tier 3. It doesn't have a 4th tier. The next one is the frost. Now, this will cause all of your enemies to slow down. It will also spawn snow and freeze liquids, and it will also put out all of your fires. I put next to them the ignite sentries just so that it wouldn't cause a mass outpour of snow. As you can see, as it keeps spawning, the ignites just kind of burn it away. I'll show you ignite soon. Now, of course, once you get to the very edge, it's going to be causing a whole lot of snow. You're almost creating the North Pole right in the middle of your Minecraftian world, whereas this one's only going to create splotches. Now the next is, oh my gosh, I got stuck in snow. And the next is pulse. This will deal damage to nearby enemies just kind of spontaneously. This one causes it rather slow, not a really big radius, and only affects one enemy. Whereas if you go all the way over to this one, you will be affecting a whole heck of a lot of enemies and dealing a whole lot of damage as you do it. Now there's a little bit of a difference right here. This one right here, I believe this is the, let's go ahead and take a look just to make sure. This is the Barrage. The Barrage is going to be causing it to go faster, just like its ones that will go before, will go after it. Whereas this one right here will cause more damage, and I believe it is called the Force Field Sentry. Now the next of these is the Defender. I actually really like this one because this one will provide specific buffs to your player. So if you are surrounded by it, it's going to give you a whole heck of a lot of sweet buffs like Speed 2, Haste 2. This is actually not coming from this tiny little thing. This one only gives you speed, whereas the giant, nice, amazing Guardian over here is giving me all of these speed 2s. You're pretty much invincible at this point. Just stick around this little dude and you'll be set. Now, this one, Ignite, actually only has one tier. I keep getting stuck on the snow that doesn't exist anymore. The Ignite only has one tier, and it is the 2nd tier, the Iron tier. And it will burn enemies, melt ice and snow, and just be awesome. Just light everything on fire. It's amazing. It's chaos inside of a tube. I love it. Now, the next of these is the Poison. And if you couldn't tell, it poisons things. Yeah. And it only starts at tier 2, it doesn't have an original tier, and it ends at tier 3. There's only 2 types that you can have. The next is Smite. There's only one of these, and it is tier 3, and it strikes your enemies with lightning. It actually chooses a very specific enemy, and then strikes that one. It won't actually affect a large area, but for some reason if you hit slimes, it'll hit that slime and then hit all of its little babies. So it's great at extermination. That's awful. The next and final is the Insanity Sentry. This one causes mobs to attack each other. It's actually really fun. You could like pit different mobs against each other. This is a great one. And this one only has one tier as well. It is in the tier 3. I believe the tier 3 actually has the most of all the sentries, and tier 4 has the least. It only has, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is definitely the largest tier, and this is a fantastic mod. I'm actually really enjoying just watching the different effects that these do, and the recipes are quite fair, I believe. They're not too crazy, and it's just a really nice addition into your Minecraftian world. Now, I know that you guys are gonna love it, so I'm gonna be leaving download links in the description below. Both First Guide has the amazing free installers that make your installing experience so much easier, as well as the normal download. Have a fancy-tastic day, guys. Remember to like and subscribe. Remember to tell all your friends, because everything is better with friends, proven by Ignite. And who wouldn't trust a tube that lights everything on fire? That's just amazing. Well, have a fantastic day, guys, and I'll see you guys for the next episode later. Goodbye.